Hi, I'm Jane Scarf, and I'm coming to you from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And today I want to talk to you about the Bill of Rights and your business. Specifically, I'm addressing business owners who intend to open their business on February 11th, or at any time, actually. But in particular, this date is coming up. So this is it. Bill of Rights, Canadian Bill of Rights, 1960. Now, the benefit of relying on the Bill of Rights versus the Charter is that the protection is immediate. It says in the Bill of Rights that the government cannot override your rights unless there's an act of federal parliament. And so, for the use of police who are federally regulated, there must be an act of parliament that expressly gives the government the authority to override your rights. This is not the case. Therefore, if they are enforcing the Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act, Reopening of Ontario Act, whatever, that's provincial. So that act or those acts do not give the government the authority to use police to enforce those acts without a federal act of parliament confirming or allowing it. So the important sections you want to look at in there are section 1, which indicates, read it in a moment. Section 1A. The right of the individual to life, liberty, and security of person, and enjoyment of property, and the right not to be deprived thereof except by due process of law. So in this case, due process of law would be an act of federal parliament before they could use the police to shut your door. They can, under these acts, because they're not challenged yet, I think that these acts could be challenged under the Charter because there is no evidence of an emergency and all that stuff. But in the meantime, until the matter gets in front of a judge, they're allowed to override your rights, and but not by using police. So they can use fines. So if they're wanting you closed and issue a closure, then they can fine you for not closing and continuously fine you. And then ultimately, if you win your court challenge, which I think has a good chance of winning, you would not have to pay the fines. But the troublesome part of the Charter for protecting our rights with regard to the use of police to enforce these acts is item 1 in the Charter, which is section 1. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms guarantees the rights and freedoms set out in it, subject to such reasonable limits prescribed by law as can be demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society. Well, this means that because there's legislation indicating that they can violate your rights, this Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act, it's up to a judge to decide whether they had enough grounds to override your rights. That means constitutional challenge. That means time. That means if you're not using the Bill of Rights and they're using these provincial acts to use police, and you don't adhere to your Bill of Rights, you're talking very expensive, time-consuming process to get a judge to confirm that they're violating your rights. And in the meantime, your business is done. Then you'd have to sue them for the losses, which is, not a reasonable position to be put in. So I think it's much better if we assert our Bill of Rights, which means police cannot be used. Okay, bring the bylaw on and the tickets and we'll bring the tickets to court and we'll challenge them. And there's a lot of things that you can do to challenge those emergency measure acts, COVID measure acts in Ontario. That's about it. If you want a copy of this, a nice copy like this, you can get it from the government. I forget the department. House of Commons. They'll send you those for free. I got a big stack of them for free. Or you can email me and I'll send you one. My email is mjslegalservices@yahoo.com, or easy to find through Google. You just Google Canadian Bill of Rights and poof, it comes up. Print it off, have it with you on February 11th. If the police arrive, you show them they don't have any authority to use force against you to close your business. And if enough people understand this and assert this, we'll be good.